Welcome back to Anarchy in the Ukulele with me, KD, and Paolo.
Nice to see you, Kev.
Back again.
Back again.
So you keep going away.
I know. I should just move in here, shouldn't I, really?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, we miss you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, we don't want to see you that often. What are we doing?
So we're going to review this Blue Moon Banjolele.
Now, neither of us are particularly Banjolele players.
No.
So we bought this for a bit of fun and maybe to use in our Anarchy band. But we've now given it away, so we're doing a review on it before it goes to its new owner.
I'd be happy if I won that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've given it a little setup this morning because the thing with these is when you get them, they come. Can you call like an instrument flat pack?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Well, it comes without the bridge in position,
which is the most important thing.
Yeah, and you know that's quite hard for a beginner to work out, and they give you instructions on where to put it. Some of them come with a bit of plastic where you slide it in and up to the nut, and that will give you the exact marking where to put the bridge.
Right.
We've had to measure ours, which it should be equal distance between the nut. Well, whatever distance between the nut and the 12th fret is, it's the same again, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah. Which it never looks, because it always looks a lot further from there to there.
It's
from there to there.
Optical illusion, isn't it? Because of all the threat lines, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they're interesting, aren't they? They're sort of.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them in that I think it's a beautiful looking thing.
I was going to say, what part do you love?
Yeah, I love to hate them. No, I think they're really nice looking.
They are, aren't they?
You know,
they are.
And this is particularly, to my mind, well built. I mean, funny enough, I did used to play a banjo. And yeah, I know, but sort of kind of like Scruggs style, what they with the
hidden fact about you,
with the when you put your fingers and all that. And yeah, the banjo I've got, which is an Ozark one, I would say this, the quality on this one is really, really nice. These are really firm. Everything feels nice and solid. It's not a lot of banjoleles that I've picked up have a real odd weight, and obviously they're weightier here. But this one isn't too bad. Yeah,
this one's got the close back on, but you can actually remove that and have it open backed.
Yeah, and then presumably
which I presume gives you a bit more of an open sound. It would give you a lot more volume, I would have thought.
Presumably, well, I don't know actually, because presumably that's stopping some of the volume going out the back and pushing it to the front. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's reflecting, isn't it? So I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but it certainly feels nice, and it's a nice size, and I think it's everything feels well built about
it.
So
this is a Blue Moon one, which isn't super expensive. We got it from Hobgoblin Music. I think Blue Moon and Hobgoblin are interconnected somewhere. Okay. I haven't really seen many Blue Moons elsewhere, but I might be wrong on that. Certainly if you Google it, it comes up with Hobgoblin Music. Yeah. And we paid £189 for it.
Which I don't think is too bad.
I think it's okay. It's not cheap, is it? It's not, sort of some of the Blue Moon ukuleles, we've got a couple here, they are the sort of £20 ukuleles.
Yeah.
So it's not an expensive brand to pay nearly £200 for. So I don't know. I've got to say, when I looked around for banjoleles, it's hard to find an expensive brand. There's lots of gold tone. Gold tone's an okay make, but it's hard to get that kind of. But I mean, there are some expensive instruments.
Yeah.
And there's bigger instruments. I mean, I tried one that had a shorter neck, that had like a soprano-sized neck.
Right.
But a massive sort of drum part to it that was kind of like this, and it was really heavy, and I kind of couldn't quite. Well, I played this one. I quite liked this because it was a bit in between. It was a bit mellower than your average banjolele. Let's have a look at the spec. So you've got it's 8-inch Remo head, closed back style, which we've already said, which looks like. It's because that's got a binding around it, hasn't it?
It's got a binding,
it's going to be ply, but it's quite nice having the binding around it, isn't it? I like that.
It is, and you've got the gap. Obviously, that's so that you can take it off, because normally they'd be closed.
Yeah.
So so
that's quite nice. It is mahogany rim and flat back.
Yeah, that's true. Because my ukulele, my banjo is very slightly domed.
Is it?
There, but I quite like the flat back. The wood looks nice.
I'm guessing if it was bigger, you maybe want it slightly domed. I don't know. I don't know. We don't play them. 12 tension hooks. Ta-da!
Yeah,
just tighten the drum skin up. Mahogany neck with a bound composite wood.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm presuming. Oh, sorry. That's that's just gone on to 2 lines.
Ah, right.
I was
okay.
like, what am I talking about here? Mahogany neck with a bound composite wood fingerboard and bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not saying what the fingerboard is.
No.
It's fairly dark. Is it in good condition?
Yeah, it's nice, and the frets are pretty smooth down the edge. They're good on top as well. They're all well.
I guess because
placed.
it's bound, it's going to be nice and smooth down the edge.
Yeah.
Which is the nice thing when you get that binding on it. It does just cover up your fret ends.
Yeah. Fret markers as well.
Yeah. Ox bone top nut and saddle.
Okay.
Hold on. So right, there's not a bone saddle.
No.
No, this Abby was doing her research on this earlier, so she wouldn't necessarily know this. But so that what came off the website, so it's wrong on the website because there is no bone saddle, but it's saying it's got a bone nut anyway. Okay. Nut width 35mm.
Yeah.
So fairly narrow, but not as narrow as 34 is.
Yeah.
What kind of scale is this? Is sort of concert length scale, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's certainly what it feels like.
Yeah. Scale length 398mm. Weight 2 kilograms. It is quite weighty, isn't it?
It is quite weighty, especially
if you're
at this
normally playing a ukulele.
Yeah. And the head's quite weighty as well. I think it's got good tuners on it. They seem pretty good.
It's got closed back tuners. They are nice and sort of consistent.
Yeah.
Between them, aren't they? Which is good.
Yeah.
It's quite hard. It's been quite hard to get it in tune to begin with because it's a new instrument and. Like I say, you've got this thing where you have to place the bridge.
Yeah.
That makes it a little bit trickier. And
it's a bit tricky to check the intonation as well because it's for some reason it's a little bit hard. Oh, there we go, I did it. To get a harmonic at 12th fret on the A string. So when you check in that it's in tune up there, I found it very hard to get a harmonic at 12th. But okay. But yeah, it's got a nice weight to it. I mean, it does. I like the feel of it. There's no rattles or anything, on often
which I mean, for paying nearly £200,
I think if you bought this as
that's pounds for our American friends, pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is in dollars, but if someone bought me that as a gift, I wouldn't think for 1 minute that was a cheap instrument. I would think, that's been made.
Well, it's not a cheap instrument, is it? I think it's just because of the manufacturer. Really, it's not.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested if someone like Flight or Snail built a Banjolele. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure they don't. Or any of the well-known. Carla might do. I don't know. I've not seen one.
I don't know.
Go on, give us a play. Play something.
I've had a sort of little play. Duty bound to do triplets.
It does lend itself to that style of playing.
Yeah, you got to play a bit of Dixieland or something on it.
Yeah,
you got to do a diminished on it.
I think that's because you get this slightly, for want of a better word, out of tune sound.
Yeah.
But it's not out of tune. I think I did read up on this a little while ago, and I'm trying to rack my brain now. But I think because you've got the drum and the drum resonates.
Yeah.
So you're getting harmonics from there as well as the string.
Oh wow!
And that's why you get this kind of slightly, even when it's in tune, and the tune will show that it's in tune. You get that slightly kind of ear jarring.
Yeah, it's sort of not discordant, but it is.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
But I think that's the added harmonics coming from the drum.
Yeah.
Well, it might also be that it's just gone out of tune.
Yeah. Yeah, might well be. I mean, it's fairly nice to play. The strings are fairly nice. It's a little bit, as you go up the neck, it's got a slightly high action here, but I'm guessing because the action here is very low. You've got less than a mil there, way less than a mil. I mean, it's virtually touching, and then when I get up here, it looks like about 4 mil. So it could do with a little bit of thought out. But that said, as you go up, it's entirely playable. To do that.
Yeah.
It's quite playable. I don't mind.
I guess the thing is, you've almost got to have because you've got this rim, that goes round. So you've got to clear that, haven't you, as well? Which is feels higher than a threat to me.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if you're operating around 7th fret, it still looks about 2.5 mil to me, the action. So, you know, playing here is perfectly doable. They're funny little things to play because they sort of resonate but don't resonate.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So. You're kind of expecting that to ring out more. But overall, you know, it's not. It's just that sound, isn't it? It's that whole 1940s sort of junka sound.
And again, I think if you're in a band,
I think they really add something.
It kind of adds a bit of a different sound to some. You know, you wouldn't have to necessarily use it all the time.
No, I mean, also it's not a lot of banjos that I've played. I find too loud.
Yeah.
You know, if I was to sit around and play the banjo at home, the daughter would leave, basically.
The daughter. Sorry,
the
Paul,
family.
Paul's just gone back to medieval England for a second.
Yes, that's terrible, wasn't it? My beautiful family would up and leave.
Women.
Whereas if I played this,
perhaps cut that bit out.
They'd potentially stay. I mean, that, you know, just on the chord.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Nice. I like that.
That's because that's my favourite chord.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know, it does ring out quite nice. It's not overly harsh. I mean, obviously it's got the nylon strings on it as well, whereas a banjo, you know, 5-string banjo, you'd have metal strings on, wouldn't you? So overall,
it's slightly. I think what we're struggling with is we haven't played many banjoleles, and by many I mean I've played 2.
Yeah.
The other one I played was way more expensive than this in the same shop. I think it was about £450.
Yeah.
And I literally put it straight down again. I really didn't like it.
Yeah, have a little go because it's quite nice to hold as well. You know,
it doesn't feel awkward. Quite nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere, does it?
No.
It's just that sort of, which, like I say, might be just the tuning, but I don't think it is. I mean, you certainly get a lot more volume out of it. I mean, we're busting the meters on our recordings here.
Yeah, but it's not ear piercing, is it?
No.
I mean, if you just showed me to that and said, "Paul, do you want to go?" I'd sort of probably be, "No, you're all right." But actually, having played it, I do like it.
I like the idea with our band of using it as kind of picking around stuff.
Yeah.
Because you get that volume to it.
Yeah. It's that whole, especially you like the whole Americana thing. It's that kind of got that feel to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's.
And you know, as you go up the neck, the intonation seems okay, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It almost seems better.
Well, when I was playing around with it, I sort of did wonder that. You know, it's almost like it's in tune one end and not the other, which obviously is an intonation issue. But you know, as you go up, it seems okay, and at the moment, it seems okay down the bottom end as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're struggling because we don't have much to compare it to.
Yeah.
So I think it seems fairly nice. I think build-wise, it seems really nice.
Yeah. Sound-wise, I think it's, for me, it's a little bit flat, but that's how they are.
It's finished nice.
Finished really well.
The neck's in 3 pieces, and it's not a particularly good join. I don't know if Bongo Boy can. It's not a particularly good hidden join at the top, which, you know, on more expensive instruments they like to hide.
Yeah.
That join. In fact, it's kind of like a really flat join, which is slightly weird. But the colouring on it's quite nice.
Colouring's lovely.
The lacquer's maybe a little bit thick in places.
Did it come with a case at all?
It didn't come with a case.
Okay.
Which, you know, I think is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
For that sort of price. And obviously a Banjolele case, it's not going to fit in your normal ukulele case, is it?
No.
I think it's got some. I think the size is nice. Sometimes they're really big. I like the size. I think the volume's really good if you want it for that purpose. We've still got bits of plastic and things on there.
Yeah.
Tuners seem good. I don't like the Blue Moon logo.
No.
I keep thinking of some kind of hotel.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
You know, you're staying at the Blue Moon tonight.
Yeah. And you will play this instrument. It'd be interesting if we take the back off.
What was the police academy? It was the Blue Oyster Club.
Yeah.
But the logo does look a little bit hotel-like.
Yeah.
Just scraping it on there. Yeah, I find it just interesting. It's quite nice to have on the wall.
Yeah, but pick it up and play occasionally.
Yeah, it's heavy. This one seems to play okay. But I think it's hard when we're not comparing it to something. So we don't want to say...
Let's play a classical piece on
Go
it and see. That's interesting, isn't it? Because in ukulele terms, putting your fingers on there is no-no. But here, you know, that whole scrug style thing, that's what you do.
Yeah.
It's pretty playable, and I was sort of looking at you as I went to the 12th fret.
Because it was in tune.
Yeah, thinking what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
But it's okay, and, you know, that's obviously not the kind of music you'd play on it.
I think what we're going to say is, because we quite like this one.
Yeah.
But we haven't compared too much. So, in the comments... Banjolele players, let us know. Let us know what are good banjoleles. What should we try next?
Yeah,
so that we've got some kind of comparison. You know, what are you playing at home? What do you enjoy? What do you think's a good banjolele?
Yeah.
At different price points. I don't know. Comment if you've got one. Comment what you've got and how you feel about it, and then we'll see if we can do some more reviews.
Because presumably a lot more goes into making one of these than the ukulele. I mean, I know you haven't got the braces and all that, but you got the metal, you got the truss rod, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess you haven't got the joins that you've got.
Yeah.
In a normal ukulele, so I honestly don't know, but I quite like the idea of them. So we want to try a few more.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah, tell us what to try, and then we'll try and get hold of them.
Yeah, it gets a thumbs up from me.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you for watching. And like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And we'll be back. I mean, I don't know when it is now, because we don't know when these videos are going out.
We'll be back sometime
This might
soon.
be January, it might be February. Who knows? I mean, I know it's not December. I know it's not Christmas in a few days.
Yeah.
Right, see you soon.